The 70s and 80s watched the Shaarei Hatikva community age, and the shul, still strong, boasted a dynamic rabbi, perhaps the most captivating to listen to among the local talent. This was Shaarei Hatikva, and we will follow it into the present day.
The enemies of the Jewish people want to extinguish. We built.
It was Rabbi Avraham Gross, who was not of Germanic background at all. It was Eastern European, Polish background, even though he was born and raised in the United States and originally in Borough Park. He went to Yeshiva Eitz Chaim. He grew up in, I believe it was in Torah V'das. Very dynamic, very charismatic, very emotional, and a tremendous Talmid Chacham as well. Rabbi Gross, when he wasn't serving in the rabbinate, was a principal in the New York City public school system until his retirement, after which he became the main Jewish chaplain at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. Eventually, Rabbi Gross made Aliyah and unfortunately was nifter about 2.5, 3 years ago in Yerushalayim, where he continued to give adult classes and lectures and expand the
Unfortunately, I could not be present, but modern technology has made it possible, vicariously for me, to be able to deliver a message to you and share in this festivity.
And help us, first of all, pay tribute to our Rabbi Avraham Gross, also to welcome into our midst of Rabbi Avraham Hoffman.
After Rabbi Gross's departure, Rabbi Avraham Hoffman became the Rav of the shul. Rabbi Hoffman's been there since the 90s, the late 90s, and he is a member of the Washington Heights community. He's been first grade Rebbe in Broria's Yeshiva for decades and continues to be, and as well as serving as the general studies principal of the high school.
Rabbi Hoffman, who hails from Baltimore, received his ordination from Rabbi Reuben Feinstein and studied in the Mir as well as the Yeshiva of Staten Island. He is a licensed EMT, a veteran educator, and has been an influential role model on the community youth. In the 1980s, with the encouragement of Rav Schwab, he left a career as a computer programmer to devote his life to Jewish education.
His rabbinate is punctuated by his concern about the perpetuation of the shul.
Grown to respect and to admire what really has been achieved by the many members, although I did not know them personally, just by looking through the shul, looking at every detail which was thought out, looking at the legacy they left behind, hearing the stories of the individuals who flooded this building with their presence early in the morning, late in the evening, from its humble beginnings as a loft over the Social Security building to the beautiful congregation, the beautiful facility which it has occupied for the last 43 years.
This past summer, Rabbi Hoffman took his compassion outside of the community and his message to the masses as he donated a kidney to a woman in need and told the world what drove him to do it.
For him, donating a kidney was a no-brainer.
We were given basically with 6 times the capacity of what we need as far as filtering is concerned, and with 1 kidney you have 3 times the capacity we need.
He leads this congregation in Washington Heights and is a father of 9 and grandfather of 25.
Nice to meet you.
Our camera was rolling as these perfect strangers, the donor and recipient, met for the first time.
After a certain age, they're hesitant to take people's kidneys. I said, as the Hebrew expression goes, Im lo achshav emosai. If not now, when?
We don't know how long the shul will continue. It's really biyad Hashem. It's benisim and niflos that we've been around this long. The truth is that when Rabbi Hoffman took over Rabbi Gross, he was told that he could expect that within 3 to 4 years the shul would no longer exist. So that was about 18, 20 years ago. And Baruch Hashem, Chazei Hashem, we're still there. And I say Chazei Hashem because there are elderly people who are over in their 90s, and even community people who are not necessarily members, who very much depend on the existence of the shul, even if they aren't there for all the minyanim. But we've, unfortunately, we must say the handwriting's on the wall, but such is Golus, and the fact that the Jewish community becomes a transient community, especially the next generation and the succeeding generations. And we have to be grateful that we've had the over 80 years that the shul has functioned.